Tom, it wasn't pretty at times, but it's job done and progression in the Cup, so overall you must be thrilled with that.
Yeah, first objective complete, obviously getting the hat for the next round, so we've done that, really pleased. Another semi-final for us, so good signs. Threw a little bit of a spanner in the works today by changing a little bit what we did, asking different roles and responsibilities from people, so we knew there was going to be teething problems. We said that at the start. I said it was about, can we come through that, can we deal with the communication? So basically it was a challenge that we threw down to them today. With all due respect to Holbeach, who I thought were a good side, it was all about us today and how well we did things, and ultimately we did that in large spells, so we're now 3-1 victors.
You touched upon the changes there. You went 5-3-2. That was the most noticeable thing. And Dom Q up front as well. What was the thinking behind that?
Just to change things up. I say, obviously these cup competitions mean a lot to us because we want to be successful in everything we do, but it's an opportunity to look at other things as well. League will always be my bread and butter. That's what we want to do well in, of course. But we wanted to win today, and we was having a look at other options for us, which will be beneficial for the campaign to go forward. We know Dom can play up front. We thought he'd have more of an influence up front this season than he probably has done. Basically, he's probably been a bit of a victim of his own success in advanced midfield roles, really. So it was something we wanted to look at. Obviously, 2 games in 3-4 days for Hazard is something that we probably look after him. Rushy's played a lot of minutes since his hamstring issue, so we obviously looked after him. And Lenny, who was close, we thought would be sensible. So yeah, and then obviously Akil as well as the final one that had a little tweak when he was gymming yesterday, and again it was a case of being sensible and looking after people when we've got our free Saturday coming up to make sure we're fully fresh. And obviously now we've got a little bit of an issue with Fenny, but we'll wait and see how that settles down and go from there.
And Dom nearly got his rewards as well. He hit the post, had one saved, so good signs going forward, I think, tonight, which was an improvement on recent weeks.
As I say, we build from the back. That's what we've always done. We try and keep clean sheets. Bit of a freak goal. I think the liner said no foul, but the referee gave a penalty, so it is what it is. We get on with that, and the lads have scored a penalty. I don't think Flitz has really had anything to say other than that, so really pleased with us as a defensive unit. What we was better at today is finding them little pockets, I thought, which meant we could turn and be offensive from better areas in the field. Which meant as we could link up, and Finn had a little bit more joy in that advanced area, and obviously Fenny in a more central role looked a constant threat. So yeah, really, really good. And then young Kofi coming on, I thought he was superb when he came on, give us fresh legs, real positivity, and I'm delighted for him getting his goal.
I also thought a really good response to being pulled back to 1-1 as well. You could have crumbled there, but went on and won quite comfortably in the end.
Yeah, I think, with all due respect to them, because I thought Connor up front was a superb, the 9. I really like the 11 in midfield, Barnes and Frost in 10. I thought they've got some really, really good players that should be playing higher, really. So it was credit to us that we managed to be so dominant, really. So yeah, we're delighted with what we've done as a group. We were comfortable, obviously, bar that one freak goal, but you can't control all them things. And my one criticism maybe, when the referee probably got a few things a little bit wrong for both teams. A little bit young and naive at times, maybe. I'm a little bit disappointed that we let that maybe stifle us a little bit, because I think if we had a Premier League referee, which is obviously never going to happen, but everything was perfect, I think we'd have kicked on and really done well today. So that's my one little frustration, because I think we could probably gone and got 4 or 5 if our patterns were a little bit neater and tidier. Instead, our frustration maybe boiled over, and that made it a little bit scrappy for periods. But obviously after they got their goal, it was head down, let's do our business now, because yeah, we've obviously tried to do a few new things. We got that information across, and it's but 1-0. It's you got to step up and make them things done right, and that's what we did. So delightful.
You mentioned Fenny a couple of minutes ago. Is that anything serious, anything to worry about?
From centre half, it didn't look particularly nice. Obviously, it looked to me like his hamstring's gone. I've spoke to him as he's come off. He says it might not be as bad as it looked. Obviously, Saturday off is a big plus. I would expect him to maybe miss Kimberley, but we'll take it from there. I'm hoping that it's not a 6-weeker. Hopefully, it's a 2-3-weeker that he'll be backfiring again, because obviously everyone knows how important he is to us.
On the opposite side of the coin, though, great to welcome Danny Horton back today after so long out.
Yeah, we've been pestering Danny for probably a month or so now, saying you can't keep being the best player at training and not be available Saturday. Obviously, to come back from his knee injury, a lot of that is confidence in it. At training, looks fantastic. It was, can he transfer that onto the pitch? And I think at spells he definitely did that. I know he only was given 15-20 minutes, but there was little things he did that just a little bit of quality that only Dan probably possesses in our group. So yeah, great to see him back on the pitch. Great to see him looking confident on the ball, which is obviously his biggest challenge, because that's his main role for us, is can he make us tick, and I thought he was superb when he came on. So great to see him coming on, and obviously Didge as well. Nice to see him back on the pitch. So we've done really well tonight. There's lots of positives. I'm always overly critical because I'd want to win 10-0 every week if I could. So there's obviously things that we'd like to do a little bit better, which, as I said at the start, teething problems in when we're adjusting to formations. But yeah, delighted overall. In the hat, 3 goals. Never really had a shot to save apart from Flitz saved one from the penalty that he got the rebound and scored. So good result against a decent side.
You read my mind there about Didge as well. He'll want a quick mention. I'm sure he'll be thrilled at that little cameo there at the end.
Yeah, he'll be a little bit louder than normal, which is still very, very loud, I'm sure. But it's great to see, for me, when the crowd get going for Danny coming on and for Didge coming on. That means a lot. I think not many fans at this level understand how much it takes for Danny to get back on the pitch, how much it takes for Didge to go from playing at lower levels or not really playing to step up and want to be involved when we need him at UCL level. So I think it's great, and hopefully them guys enjoyed seeing him, because I know us as players did. And for me, the response that we got from that is great, and that gave us an extra little buzz, and that's probably where we got the extra goals and stuff from. So yeah, great.
And how will you use this break that's coming up now ahead of Kimberley?
As I said, we're looking at a little bit of different options for us. So we'll go through them patterns slightly different. Obviously in spells today we did it really well, which is when we look good. Obviously at other points when we didn't look quite so good and maybe was a little bit frantic, that's just having faith in the roles that we're being given now. So we'll work on them. On top of that, we'll have a little bit more fitness, as I'm sure the lads will look forward to with a Saturday off. They'll get a sweat on. But yeah, again, for me, it's get around each other again, enjoy the wins that we've been having of late and the performances we've been putting in, and yeah, kick on and try and improve every week. Progress, not perfection.